what's going on, guys? I hope your afternoon's going well. Today I have the Q&A 250 for 250 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. It's another subscriber milestone, Hopefully we can get to 500 pretty soon because that will be the next subscriber special video. And I've got something pretty funny planned, so I'm excited for that. Before we get into our questions and answers, I would like to make 2 points. Number one, thank you so much to Blake the Inflatable and Holiday Collector for inspiring me to create this inflatable background. I wanted to give him a huge shout out because this is what you're going to be seeing for the entire video. So I wanted to give him a huge shout out. And number two, the reason why I'm not wearing that egg thing anymore is because I really hated it, It wasn't practical at all. Sunglasses, a hat, and a mask is much more practical for, keeping yourself safe and healthy. And I gotta tell you, that egghead, it made me so mad. It was just so aggravating, and there's nothing else I can really say other than let's roll the clip.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time.
Once I got that anger and frustration out of me, I calmed down, and then that's when I really wanted to get the Q&A into full effect. So I asked you guys on Instagram if you would leave me some questions, and earlier today, because I'm filming this on Friday, I added on my YouTube channel, leave me some questions there, and you guys did, so thank you so much. And let's get started with the first question. Inflatable Channel or Steven asks, which other inflatables will I be getting from Lowe's this year for Halloween? So, as you can see behind me, right here, I have the 8-foot spider. Up here, the Short Circuit Skull Tombstone, the Fire and Ice Reaper Pumpkin, the Zero, and then you guys have obviously seen my Mickey Bat review that I uploaded yesterday. So, by the time this video comes out, it'll be the day before yesterday. So, I've also gotten this Frankenstein, but I don't really know what other inflatables I'm going to be buying from Lowe's this year. I feel like Lowe's was kind of a letdown. I don't know. Holiday House 2019 asks, who's your best friend? Now, if he's talking about in terms of real life, all right, that person will remain anonymous. But in terms of the inflatable community, I would have to say Blake, because I talk to him the most often out of any of y'all. He's a really great friend. We talk a lot about inflatables. We share most of the same opinions. But yeah, he's a really great guy. I have no complaints about him. I'm really excited to do a collab with him, hopefully sometime in the near future. So I would have to say Blake. Now, Jimmy Collector 321 kind of spammed me with Instagram questions, which I'm fine with, but I'm only going to choose a select few to answer. So the first one is, do you have a job? Or I'm assuming he meant job. So I don't go to somewhere and they pay me, the owner doesn't pay me. That's not how it works. I don't have a job yet, mainly because I'm 15. I think I'll get one next summer. And with COVID, that's kind of too much of a crapshoot right now. So I do have allowance around the house. I do landscaping, I pull weeds, I clean the car. I know that's not landscaping, but I clean the car pretty thoroughly, and also I kind of just vacuum around the house about weekly, I would say. And I also organize a lot because I have severe OCD. So I also buy my inflatables, or I try to get them not at retail price, 25% off or 50% off. And also my aunt and uncle will usually buy me 2 inflatables for my birthday and then for Christmas. So that's how I make money, if you are curious. His next 2 questions kind of go together. So I answered just a second ago. I am 15, so I can drive a car. I have a permit. In my state, you have to be 15 to obtain a legal driving permit. So I have a permit. I don't have my license yet because I'm not 16. And yeah, I can drive a car. I drive my car, or I guess my family's car, probably about 20% of the time. It's usually raining, and they don't want me in the rain because they don't want to crash their car and they don't want the insurance to go through the freaking roof. So I do understand that a little bit, but it definitely makes me angry that I can't drive it as much as I would like to, because I want a lot of experience with they understand that. But yeah, I can drive a car. I like to drive a car, but I don't do it as often as I would like to sum up. So now we move on to the YouTube questions with Holiday Home 2020 asking, what is your favorite year for inflatables? So I would have to choose 2014 because they had that 15-foot colossal sleigh at Lowe's, the 16-foot Nutcracker, which is actually my profile picture. They had the 12-foot snowman family with the metallic gloves, the green metallic gloves, which I so regret not buying that inflatable. I really wish I did. I just didn't have the money. And I also regret not buying the sleigh, and I regret not buying the Nutcracker. Just because, like, I was 9 years old back then, so I didn't have... I think the Nutcracker was, like, 160 or 170, and then the sleigh was, like, 300, I think. And then the snowman family would be around 150. So I did not have enough money to buy it back then. My grandmother was going to buy it for me, but then that all fell apart. I don't know why. But I would have to say Lowe's 2014 because the stuff they had was just amazing. And we haven't seen Lowe's 2014 like quality inflatables in a long time, or at least since then, so 6 years ago. Iron Man asks, what is my favorite inflatable that I've gotten this year so far? So that's a very tough question. I would have to probably say this guy right here, even though I haven't inflated him yet. I love the design so much, and with Lowe's crappy remake of it, in my opinion, it just makes me like this inflatable more. So I would have to say this inflatable here, but that 12-foot pumpkin stack, I love that thing so much. So probably this one, and yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a tie between these two. I know you're probably thinking, really, that one? I love this one, man. I mean, I know he takes a little while to inflate, but both of these, I'm telling you, both of these are amazing. I love them so much. I was really hoping that this comment would show up. The Halloween King asks, what was my first inflatable and when did I get it? So my first inflatable was this 4-foot sleigh from Kmart, cheap fan obviously. It had Santa in it, and then there was an elf behind him. I think that's what it looked like. I'm gonna have to search for an image when I'm editing this video to show you guys, but it was my first inflatable. My mom bought it for me. We went to go look at the Christmas decorations, and I had learned about inflatables because at like 5 years old. I think it was somewhere around 2010, so I would have been 5. It was somewhere around there. But at 5 years old-ish, you know, your memory's not that good. You're just learning things, so I was just learning about inflatables, or like looking at them and kind of processing, you know, what they are and how they work. And it really intrigued me. Like, I was very interested in them. So we went and I saw the sleigh inflatable like above, you know, those like beer coolers, not coolers, but like the giant refrigerators you would find in like a grocery store. So it was on top of them. I saw the sleigh and I was like, Mom, can we get it? And she bought it for me. I think it was like $30, so it wasn't anything like expensive or anything. But it was my first inflatable. It's a really happy memory that I look back on time to time, you know, because I mean, it was with my mom and she got me this inflatable. And it was the first time like I was introduced to one, like I had one for me, for myself. So that was my first inflatable. Christian writes, what holiday do you like decorating better, Halloween or Christmas? Now, this is a very good question. I'm glad that you asked me it. I'm going to have to give the win or the edge over to Halloween. I don't know if you guys were expecting that. Basically, based off of my Halloween 2019 display and my Christmas 2019 display, there's a big difference in terms of quantity of inflatables. My Halloween display was about this big. My Christmas display was about this big. So, yeah, I do love Halloween a lot better, even though it doesn't show in terms of my display. It will show this year. Trust me, it will show this year. But I really do like Halloween a lot better than Christmas in terms of decorating, not in terms of like actual holiday. And because you asked decorating, so I'm going to give you the honest answer. Honest answer is decorating. But holiday-wise, I like Christmas better because, you know, like you get presents and you're with your family and you get good food, and Christmas is the holiday that you're like, okay, you really feel like you're getting a big hug. With Halloween, you feel like you're kind of getting slapped in the face. But yeah, I will give the win to Halloween in terms of decorating, but not in terms of like, oh, do you like Halloween or Christmas better? I'm going to choose Christmas. But since you said decorating, it's Halloween. Junior Yoff or JR Yoff, I'm very sorry that I'm butchering your name. Please forgive me. I actually have the iPad here because I can't remember all this right here. I know it's small, but face reveal, JK. 1, how many inflatable broke of yours? So I'm guessing you're asking how many inflatables do I have that have broken. So to answer your first question, I have about 5 or 6 that have actually broke on me. I go very gentle on my inflatables, mainly because I don't want to push them very far. I know that Blake actually has his up for like 2 months, and I'm like, no. I only have mine up for about 3 weeks in relation to when the holiday actually comes, so 3 weeks before the actual holiday, and then I take them down as soon as possible after the holiday is over. So I have about 5 or 6 inflatables that have broken on me. Some of them have broken like right out of the box. Some of them have broken after I have used them. So yeah, to answer your question, I would say around 5 or 6. And is there other decorations? You can see here. Is there other decorations that you love? So yes, there are other decorations that I do love. Lights is probably number 1. I feel like when you have lights, it really unifies the display. It brings everything all together. And actually, back in 2015 for my Halloween display, Target had these really cool stake lights. I'll show you a picture on the screen right now. But they had these really cool stake lights, and I really am sad that they don't really make them anymore, because I would really like to have them, mainly because I lost the ones that I had. So don't have those anymore. I'm very sad about that. But the other decoration that I love would be lights. Lights would be number 1 before inflatables, though, because inflatables obviously number 1. And thanks, love your content. Thank you so much for your support. So yeah. Skull King wants to know, when's the face reveal? So the face reveal, I mean, this is basically like the most I've ever shown of my face on the channel. Obviously it's not being much because it's not a face reveal video, it's a Q&A. So yeah, the face reveal will either be here for 500 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers. So I really hope that we can reach 500 sometime soon, because I have an idea planned for either 1,000 or 500. So the idea and then the face reveal will be like swapped from 1,000 and 500. I don't know like which one's going to be which. I'm not going to know until we reach the first milestone, which is 500 subscribers. So when we reach that milestone, I'll either know face reveal or this other idea. I'm sure you guys are kind of wanting me to do the face reveal first because you don't know anything about this other idea. You're like, oh, well, it could be crap. And yeah, so like the face reveal will, like I said, be 500 or 1,000. I don't know myself yet, but I can guarantee you it will be for one or the other. So I want to leave you with a little bit of knowledge and be somewhat satisfied with that knowledge. That last question was actually the last of the entire Q&A, so thank you guys so much for watching. An extra thank you goes out to all of you who gave me some questions and participated. That is greatly appreciated. So if you enjoyed this Q&A, please consider giving this video a like. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, stay safe, bye.